Okay, so many years ago, well, first off, to go way back, when
Mhm.
I was young, I was about 8. My mother and father decided to buy property on the outskirts of Ipswich.
Yep.
It wasn't a big property, just under 10 acres, and it was very much virgin bush, and
Mhm.
it was packed with all the native wildlife.
Yep.
We were really, really lucky. We had the koalas, the kangaroos, and lots of snakes, which are not my
Yeah, yeah,
favourites.
no.
Those giant spiders, you know, the wolf spiders.
Yep, yep.
Um, anyway, those things I used to like to share the bathroom with you. Didn't like them much. But all of the animals, so the birds, we've always fed the birds. I don't know, these days, you know, we're not so sure about whether that's the right thing to do or not
Yeah.
because of all the preservatives that are in the flowers before you even get the bread,
Mhm.
apparently, which I only recently became aware of.
Mhm.
But so we have a little tray on the kitchen window, off the kitchen window, and the tanks are just outside of the window.
Yep.
So all of the birds would come. So there's cockatoos, rosellas, the lorikeets, greenies, the magpies, um, the butcherbirds, or what we call
Mhm.
butcherbirds, and wikibirds. So the whole gamut, the whole range.
Yep.
Mum loved her gardens, so Dad built her a greenhouse. So she had a jasmine vine and some other vine growing up, ivy or something growing up on the outside. So that also used to attract the birds. So we've grown up with the birds, and well, I always call them rabbits, but they're hares. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
there
yeah.
are rabbits around
I
now,
know, yeah, yeah.
but mostly the hares. And every time I'd see one, I'd sing that silly song, you know, run rabbit, run rabbit, run, 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 so they'd take off. So the koalas, we tried to care for as many animals as we could because, you know, when you grow up with them like that, they're just part of your life, you know,
Yep.
and you love them. And I was telling you earlier about the frill lizards.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we used to just catch them,
Yep.
and we have them as pets, and we wore them like brooches.
Mhm.
And when Mum would come upstairs from doing the washing or whatever she'd been doing, they'd be all hanging on her curtains, and she hated them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and frogs. Like I said, the snake's not my favourite thing.
No.
When you come eyeball to eyeball with a red-bellied black snake, it's underneath a water tank,
Mhm.
and you've bent over to get a drink of water, and the snake's eyeballing you. It's a pretty scary thing,
Wow.
especially when you're only little.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you know, so we had the horses and all the normal pets, you know.
Yep.
And across the road there was a farm, and they had the pigs and the cows. So we learned how to milk the cows and
Wow.
run over at night and get a fresh pail of milk and things like that. People just don't. Most people don't get to experience that. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and as most country people know, it can be really hard um, on the land. And as over the years, the weather's definitely changed, and
Mhm.
it's affected everybody, and
Yeah.
it's also affected our wildlife, and it's affected our our properties,
Mhm.
and you know, a lot of people suffer, and so do the animals. And as we've seen in the recent fires and things, but that's extreme, and I didn't put any of that in the
No,
book.
no, no, no.